He calls himself Lual, meaning lyrically untouchable African legend. Born to New York-based diplomat parents, South Sudanese rapper Lual D returned to his home country in 2009 to take part in his country's journey to freedom. This after the oil-producing country won its independence in a referendum in 2011. Lual was part of an exodus of hundreds of thousands of South Sudanese who left the lives they built in the diaspora to return to their native home country and play part in its construction.
Children's bellies still big from starvation, flies stuck on their faces.
But the hope and excitement Lual and many other South Sudanese felt when they first arrived has not been easy to maintain. And the reality of just how far the country needs to go is what feeds Lual's powerful lyrics.
I mean, there's no infrastructure, there's no electricity, there's no water, there's no schools, there's no proper health care, you know. It's the backbone of every nation, but they're not present right now here in South Sudan, and that's what everyone is complaining about. You know, the security is not even very tight, people are dying every day, people are getting killed. The people who are doing the killings, they're never caught, they're never arrested, you know, things like that.
One of his songs is a letter to the late SPLA commander John Garang, who was at the forefront of the country's freedom struggle before he died in a plane crash in 2005.
And I'm writing a letter to Dr. John asking him, you know, all the people that have passed away during the struggle, you know, because this was not an individual struggle or it was all of our struggle. You know, all of us were in diaspora, we were living in xenophobia, we've been traumatized through this war. So now we're back here and now they're governing us. And all I'm saying is this what all these people died for? Is this what all the trauma we went through so we can live in this kind of life?
Decades of civil war and economic crisis mean that South Sudan has to be built from scratch. Life expectancy is just under 50 years old. Only a quarter of adults can read, and the new nation sits near the bottom of almost every development index. With independence, however, South Sudan has tried to explore and define itself, despite facing many challenges. Lual is determined to use music as a tool for development.
Through his rap, you feel that the things which is happening in South Sudan, you feel it through his rap. So you can feel what he's talking about is exactly. So I think just he's special, seriously he's special because he's talking about things he sees.
However, even with a message that resonates amongst many South Sudanese youth, artists are unlikely to go far in an industry that lacks resources and expertise to effectively tap into their potential.
The new market is not a market that is not there yet, and it's for us to build it. So that's really the only challenges that we face. There's no equipment, there's no laws protecting the artists, there's no equipment, and yeah, those are the challenges. I'm from South Sudan, where major generals inspire dudes.
Lual released a song in 2011 titled Scattered Overseas, urging other South Sudanese to return and help build a new nation. He has produced 3 albums and is currently working on a new one due for release next month. Alan Kiprop for CCTV.